If you have been struggling to convert the traffic on your website, or you're looking for a way to drive a lower purchase cost, you are definitely in the right place. Because retargeting ads on Facebook can be a great way to do both. And in this step-by-step tutorial, I'm gonna walk you through the best way to set up retargeting campaigns on Facebook so you can get customers easier and cheaper. Now, if you are new here, my name is Antonio. I have a master's in internet marketing and I'm a paid media consultant for a Fortune 500 company, and I manage over $30 million worth of ad spend across various social media channels. So I can guarantee you that this strategy works. Okay, so now let's jump into the Facebook ad manager. Okay, so now that we're in the ads manager, the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you have your Facebook pixel set up. It is very important that you have this set up correctly, because if we are gonna run effective retargeting campaigns, you wanna make sure that you're able to track your customers' behavior. And to do that is with the Facebook pixel. Now, it is very easy to install if you don't have it installed. All you have to do is hit this tools button over here underneath the house, and then go to Events Manager, and then you're gonna follow the rest of the prompt. So if you're using something like Shopify or something like that, it's gonna show you the Shopify integration, right? And it's gonna walk you through step by step, but it's very easy to do. You just wanna make sure that is set up first, or the rest of the stuff that I'm gonna walk through isn't going to work for you. Okay, so now that you have your Facebook pixel set up, now the next thing you're gonna wanna do is create a retargeting audience. And you do that by creating what is called a custom audience. And it's actually very easy to do, and I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. So basically what you're gonna wanna do is click here, it says all tools, and then you're gonna wanna click audiences. Now my screen may look a little bit different than yours, but don't worry, it's all good. And what you're gonna wanna do is create a custom audience, okay? And if you're wondering, this is how you create lookalike audiences and stuff like that too. It's all in this same screen, okay? Now the first remarketing or retargeting audience that you're gonna wanna create is from the people that have visited your website. This is a very powerful way to, increase those conversions, because these people have already viewed your content, they've already seen your products. Now you're trying to get them back to, the website again to actually make a conversion. So this is very, very powerful, all right? Now I will say it's not as good as it used to be. So sorry if you're new to Facebook ads. Since the iOS 14 update, this tracking isn't as good, but it's still a good place to start, okay? So what you're gonna wanna do is click website, hit next, and then as you see here, you're gonna see your pixel, and then you're gonna see events. It's gonna say all website visitors. This is a good place to start, and I would recommend, depending on how many visitors come to your site, I always do 180 days. And so what I like to do is name this audience 180 day website visitors. And then boom, you create the audience, and then it's going to populate, okay? Now, depending on how many people have viewed your actual website is gonna really determine, your estimated audience size. I will say the bigger the audience size, the better, because then you can also create lookalike audiences off of that to target cold people that are very similar to the people that have gone to your website. But for right now, this is good enough, okay? So that's one of the first audiences that you wanna retarget. Now, the second thing or audience that you wanna go after is videos, okay? So if you're already running ads and there's already videos on your account, you definitely want to retarget people that have interacted with some of your video content. And if you're not running video ads right now, I definitely recommend you do it, because video ads work very, very well on Facebook and Instagram. And so you can actually retarget people based on, how much they watched of your video, right? If they watched 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25 seconds, 50 seconds, I like to start with, 50 or 75%, But if you haven't gotten a lot of people watching your video yet, then I would say at least 25%. But this is also a very, very powerful way to retarget people that have interacted with your brand or your content already, right? And since this is on Facebook, on Facebook's platform, this is really solid data that Facebook has control over, so they know exactly who these people are and you can retarget them again. So this is definitely an audience that you want to check out. Now, another audience that I definitely recommend that you retarget is the people that have interacted with your Instagram account or your Facebook page, because these are people that have already seen your content. And so if you already have a good following on these accounts, these are people that you should most definitely target, okay? And it's actually very easy to do it. So if you click Instagram, hit next, right? And so you can interact, send people retargeting ads based on people that have interacted with your Facebook page. So as you can see here, you see Talking with Tonio. I can do everyone who engaged with this professional account over the last 365 days. So that's literally anybody that's interacted with my Instagram. I can retarget and serve them ads. And these are already warm people. So this is definitely a really, good strategy that I recommend that you implement. So definitely check this out as well. Okay, now once you've created these custom audiences, you are now ready to move on to the next step, which is actually setting up your campaign. I'm gonna walk you through that right now. So what you're gonna wanna do is click create, and then you're gonna click sales. If you don't see this new, simplified objectives, then you're just gonna click conversions. Some of my ad accounts are on this new one, some of my old accounts are on the old one, but sales or conversions, either way, you're gonna go after conversions. You're gonna click continue, and we're going to move on. Okay, and so you're gonna name your campaign remarketing, or you can do retargeting, doesn't really matter, but I will recommend that you name your campaigns. Naming conventions are very important. And then normally I would recommend running a CBO campaign. If you don't know what a CBO campaign, just to keep it simple, when you have more than one ad set, right? A CBO campaign will kind of manage the budget in between the ad sets just to make sure that the ad sets that are performing the best get the most of the budget, okay? I hope I explained that as well as possible. But in this event, since 9 times out of 10, your custom audiences are not gonna have, a lot of people to target, I recommend just having one ad set and putting all your custom audiences within that one ad set, okay? Now, again, if your custom audiences have like 1 million each, then maybe you wanna test out specific audiences and put them in separate ad sets. But if not, right, then I recommend just putting all your custom audiences in this one ad set, and I'm gonna show you how to do that now. So what you're gonna do is click next, and then what you're gonna wanna do is click conversion or purchase, right? Keep it simple. And then you're gonna wanna set your daily budget, okay? So I recommend, if you're running a prospecting campaign, all prospecting campaign is, running ads to a cold audience. If you're running a prospecting campaign and a retargeting campaign, then I recommend a 60-40 split. So 40% of your ad budget should go to a remarketing campaign, or you can do 50-50, or you can do 70-30. Just figure out what works best for you. So let's just say, for sake of argument, I have $100 to spend on ads every single day. $50 to $30 a day should be going to remarketing, okay? So in this event, I'm gonna do a 70-30 split. So I'm just gonna put $30, okay? And so now this is what you're gonna wanna do. So as you see here, you have your audiences. This is where you can actually type in your custom audiences. So since this is brand new, there's nothing gonna be there, but this is where you input it. So this is where you put your 180-day website visitors, your Instagram account that you want to retarget. All these people, you want to put them in this big custom audience, right? And just keep it moving. From there, you want to keep, your gender, You don't want to put nothing there. You don't want to put anything in detailed targeting. I would recommend placement wise, depending on what your creative is, only running it on Facebook and Instagram, and then only sticking to feeds and stories. Everything else I would turn off. And also, I would only run it on mobile devices. You can run it on desktop if you like, but I only like running ads on mobile devices because if you look at your ad manager, if you've run ads before, 9 times out of 10, it's always going to be, 90% mobile. So I like running all my ads on, mobile devices. And then boom, that is pretty much it. There's nothing else that you need to do. So once you set everything up, you are ready to move on to your next step, which is your actual ad creative. Okay, so now that we're at the ad level to where you can place your creative, honestly, when it comes to retargeting campaigns are very, very important because your audience targeting, you're not really gonna play with. And so you really want to test a lot of creatives and a lot of headlines to see what works the best. So I recommend having at least 3 creatives to test, right? And keeping at least one variable the same. So keeping the same headline with all your ads, but changing, one being a static image, one being a video, and then maybe one being a carousel, and see which one performs the best. All right. But the first thing you want to do is actually name it. So we can do test creative. I think I forgot to name the ad set level, but y'all know my heart. So we'll just do test creative. And then you can select, single image or carousel or collection. I would recommend testing all of these depending on what your product or service is. But I would recommend testing every single one because again, you can't test, your audience. So test your creatives. Very simple. You add your media here, and then you can do your primary, text or headline test. Then you can do your call to action. And then you're going to want to put in your actual website URL. Now, I will recommend actually running your ad to where people can literally make the conversion. So let's just say you have a clothing shop, right? Do not send them to a homepage. Send them to the exact product page that you want them to make the conversion on. Okay, I see so many people make a mistake of sending them to a generic page and they have to still sift through the website. Don't do that. Send them to a direct product page, okay? And I do also recommend that within your headline have some type of promotion or discount. So let them know that either, it's a last time offer or a limited time offer or 50% off. Because again, these are people that have already come to your website and they didn't purchase the first time. So you really want to give them some type of incentive to close the deal. So you definitely want to do that within your headline here. And then at the bottom, you just want to make sure that you have your pixel. Then if you want to be very, very advanced, you can put UTMs, which is just Google Analytics, and you can put tracking to make sure you know exactly where your ad spend is going. But that is literally it. I have walked you through step by step how to create retargeting ads. Now, if you have any questions, make sure that you comment them down below. I try to answer every question that I get. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. All you have to do is click the link in the bio to sign up. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure that you like and subscribe and check out my last video right here.